Finding Open Media for Teaching and Learning, an online ASTI workshop given by Ed Bremner at Plymouth University. This is not a workshop about copyright. However, if you work at Plymouth University and you have any questions about copyright or IPR, then please contact our specialist, Graham Titley. He is our expert and will be able to help you in these matters. This workshop is about finding media for you to use in your learning and teaching resources, which comes from free, legal and open sources. We will quickly look at copyright, but we won't dwell on it. The aim is to make it easier for you to find and use images and other media in a confident way. We will cover both how to find the images and also give you a little bit of material on how best to use them. So why has copyright become an issue these days? Well, largely because of the demand for more images and other media within our teaching materials. Also, there's been a move away from traditional campus-based teaching to providing more of our materials online. There's been a growth in our audience size. We're teaching more and more people. There's a higher visibility of materials now that they're online, and when they're digital, they are so easy to copy. Because of all of those reasons, copyright owners have become tighter about their use of their material, giving less leeway for educational use of media. There's also been a large movement of commercialization of education, which again has made copyright owners slightly nervous about allowing their materials to be used in education as freely as they have done in the past. But is there a problem if it's being used just for education? Well, there is really. Media is still protected by copyright, and we need the permission of the author to use their property. There are no exceptions as such for education. There are a few limited defences which can be used based on fair dealing. So if you're using something which is just for private research, then that's all right. If it's criticism and review of a specific image or piece of work or writing, and you're talking about that piece, then that's okay, or using it in an examination. But if it's simply finding a piece of sound or an image to put into your learning and teaching materials, then this won't work, and you'll need to clear them. The media industry has had to change. The commercial producers of music and images have found it very difficult to compete in this market against materials offered for free by amateurs. On the other hand, this has worked for us because there has been so much amateur producers of music and images that have been willing to share their material for free. To undertake this, there has to be a new licensing model. Originally, photographers, illustrators and musicians would be contacted and they would draw up a license for how their material should be used, what it was, when the permission would start, where in the world it would be used, what media it was covered on and for how long it was available. But it was also important that it covered who the license was with, who had permission to use it, and how much money they would pay for it. Providing an open license meant that the license was non-transactional. It was just simply clear instructions for showing any potential user how they could use them. It would be open to all, as long as you stayed within the rights that were clearly specified with the material. So you didn't need to make any contact with the owner, and once you had used it, the permission would last ad infinitum. But the key things here were that the license was available for anyone, it was completely open, and there was no cost, so it was free. There are a range of open licenses available, but the ones we come into contact most of all are the Wikimedia Commons license, which is used on some materials on Wikipedia to allow authors to free their material, the Open Government license, which has been started by the UK government to allow some Crown copyright material to be made available for open use, and Creative Commons. And it's Creative Commons that we're concentrating on today.